morning, everyone. Good job, really. Today, I think we should take care of some administrative details like this Chinese class next week or soon. We should finalize the details. And then I go to the Dharma talk. Ngày hôm nay chúng ta nên bàn là cái chuyện trước khi thầy nói pháp cho quý vị nghe. I think that the Chinese class, I think Thomas, what is the status of the Chinese class? I think there are a few people who signed up for it, 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, I'm clear on a few, and so maybe I'm not totally sure of that.
Yeah.
But there's also this woman from China who's offered to do it for free, and that still might be possible to do the video thing with projected on the screen and just sit in here and put a little webcam so she can see us.
We can always don't give her a donation as well. I don't like free things. Unless she gets something from us, I don't like to get anything for free. So what are the details on that? She offers to do the online class from China.
Yeah.
That means that she has to stay up at 9 o'clock at night to do a class for you on Saturday. Meaning no Saturday night dates. You realize that? You realize that in China you conduct an online class for us here in the US. That means that no Saturday night dates. It's a lot of sacrifices.
I just asked her about the specific time in the last email, so I haven't heard about that.
Yes. I think the other option is to have Danny agrees to, if necessary, to teach the Chinese class as well. So that's the second option, right? At least I just volunteered Danny yesterday. Okay, well, let's finalize the details and let people know when and so on. Okay. All right. Yes.
I'm wondering, since it's still a little bit up in the air, should we give it 1 more week and make it 2 weeks from yesterday to start?
Yeah, 2 weeks from yesterday. Okay, that makes sense. Today's topic is a very difficult topic to talk about. Ngày nay nói Pháp hơi khó nói một tí. It's about self-deception. Tự lừa. It's a very difficult topic because I hesitate to talk about these kind of things. So I'm not sure I'll be able to successfully convey to you the message today. Cái vấn đề mà từ lừa nó vấn đề rất là khó nói. Bởi vậy thầy cứ do dự hoài, không biết chừng nào mới dám nói. Mà nếu không biết có đủ, ngày hôm nay có đủ cái sự cái sáng suốt để trình bày cái vấn đề cho quý vị được là tốt. It's a very difficult thing to talk about because it's very, very personal. Vấn đề nó khó nói tại vì nó rất thầm kín của nhiều người. I read somewhere, supposedly the Buddha says, the biggest mistake you can make is to fool yourself. Thầy có người nào nói với thầy là một cái lỗi lầm lớn nhất mà trong cuộc đời con người là tự lừa gạt mình. Okay? What does it mean? Let me go through that idea for you to see if you agree with it. biggest mistake you can make is to fool yourself. What does it mean? When you talk about mistake, then you're talking about creating karmas, doing things that hurt yourself. Agree or disagree? Right? Mistake is not beneficial for you at all. It causes problems for you. You're creating karmas. That's why you're making mistakes. Cái lỗi lầm là cái gì? Lỗi lầm là cái vị đang tạo nghiệp, đang làm những cái quý vị không nên làm. Sau này quý vị sẽ hối hận. You regret making mistakes because you don't gain. Không có lợi lộc gì cho chúng ta hết. Không gọi là lỗi lầm. Okay? So far so good. Okay? When you create karma, you have to undergo retribution. Cái việc khi mà tạo nghiệp á, là phải trả cái nghiệp đó, phải chịu cái quả. Thành cái nghiệp cái người tạo, you create, so you don't want to make mistake, you don't want to create karma. So cái việc không muốn tạo nghiệp, không muốn có lỗi đâu. Okay, and then it says the biggest mistake you make is to fool yourself, to deceive yourself. Rồi hơn nữa, câu này nói là nếu như cái lỗi lầm lớn nhất chúng ta có thể làm là tự lừa. Tự lừa dối mình. What does it mean to deceive yourself? Lừa gạt mình là sao? Now I need your help because I'm not quite sure how to deceive myself. So I need some help. You nói chuyện từ lừa gạt mình, thầy phải cần quý vị giúp đỡ một tí. What do you do when you deceive yourself? Khi mình tự lừa gạt mình, chuyện gì xảy ra? What do you do? Mình làm gì? Anyone? Roberta, just the names, just to name a name. What do you do when you deceive yourself? Think about it. This is very important. This is very difficult to talk about.
That's a hard one.
What did I tell you? No one wants to talk about this. Tự lừa gạt mình làm cái gì khi mình làm tự lừa gạt? How do you deceive yourself? Yes.
Somebody, you have to convince yourself of something which you also know is not the case. But it's tricky. I mean, there has to be like two parts of yourself. I mean, there has to be one part that knows it's wrong, and another part that kind of gets convinced it's not. It's true.
Very good. Lừa gạt mình có hai cái phần. Phần thứ nhất mình biết là đúng. Phần nhì là mình tự gạt mình. That's exactly right. First, you know the facts. Okay? And number two, you dissuade yourself. You distort the facts to yourself. That means deceiving yourself. Mình biết cái sự thật, mình biết cái sự kiện, xong mình tự méo mó cái sự thật. Is it clear? You know the facts, you know what's right and wrong, you know it's actual, the real truth. But you distort the truth to yourself. Mình biết cái sự thật, nhưng mà mình méo mó, tự méo mó. That means that's what you do when you deceive yourself. Mình tự gạt mình. Yes, routine. See, it's very personal now. Yes.
那老师如果说明显的事情的时候呢，就很容易清楚；那不明显的时候，都自己都不知道，在家里还是在错误，那怎么办
He said there are times where it's so obvious, the facts are so obvious, it's very clear, then it's not a problem. But when it's not clear, does it mean that you're deceiving yourself? No, you're not deceiving yourself when you are unclear about the facts. Khi mà cái vị không rõ ràng về cái sự kiện thì cái vị không có tự lường gạt. The self-deception exists only when you distort the truth to yourself. Okay? Cái tự lừa gạt mình chỉ có khi nào chúng ta méo mó cái sự thật, cố ý méo mó sự thật. There is what is what is involved here is the intentional act of distorting it. Okay. Cái từ lừa gạt mình cố ý, có cái ý ở trong, mình méo mó nó, you distort it. Yes.
I'm just wondering how you can use the word intentional, because if something is intentional, that means you know you did it. That would mean you know you deceived yourself.
You know that what you're saying, what you're telling yourself is not true. Somewhere in the back of your mind, you know it's not true.
Somewhere you do, but then on a certain surface level, aren't you convinced that it's true? So you don't really know that you did it. It's almost like not intentional, like a sort of subconscious process you do to yourself or something.
You in the back of your mind, you know it's not true. So the Chinese, as I say, the mind knows, but the mouth contradicts it. Okay? Cái câu hỏi cho rõ ràng là mình biết là không biết, mình thực sự mình biết là không biết. Thầy nói cái người Hoa có cái câu là tâm kỳ khẩu phi. Okay? The Chinese are saying xin sự cầu phê. Cầu sư xin phê, something like that. Okay, thank you. So what happened? Tức có nghĩa là tức là cái tâm mình với cái miệng mình nó đi ngược lại nhau. That's called distorting yourself. It's mean deceiving yourself. Okay? So far so good? Okay. It's the biggest mistake you can make. Cái đó là cái lỗi lầm lớn nhất quý vị có thể làm khi mình tự lừa gạt. Why is the biggest mistake? Tại sao lỗi lầm? Why? Because there's no end to it. It keeps on growing and growing and growing. Tại vì nó lỗi lầm lớn là tại vì nó càng ngày nó càng lớn thêm. Nhưng không bao giờ nó ngừng. You keep on deceiving it. You keep on accumulating. You keep on creating more offenses. Lỗi lầm lớn là tại vì càng ngày nó phải tạo cái gì. Nó không ngừng. Growing in the wrong direction. Quý vị đang phát triển trong cái đường, trong cái phương hướng nó rất sai lầm. Okay, shall we change subject now? Are we happy with this and move on? Bàn đủ chưa hay là mình muốn mình bàn chuyện khác cho nó dễ thở hơn? Yes, In is the one to move on. Yes.
Do you think that certain professions are more prone to this, about deceiving themselves than others? Because, like, let's say lawyers, and they, even let's say, if they meet the person that they're defending, even in their mind, even if they feel that the person did it, they have to defend them wholeheartedly. So, do you think they're deceiving themselves by taking on the case to defend them? Or should they have trusted their conscience and not do it as wholehearted, or would that deceive themselves in their own profession too?
Depends how good you are. If you're really good, you really have to deceive yourself.
If you're really good?
Yes. If you're really good, if you're really, really a superior person, okay, then you really excel at deceiving yourself. It's a very good point. Okay. For example, the better lawyers are the ones who are perfectly capable of deceiving themselves. Because they need to deceive themselves in order to become persuasive. If you cannot persuade yourself, you cannot persuade anyone. Tôi có hỏi, ví dụ có những cái nghề, nó có những nghề nó hay đi, có thường làm chịu hơn, chẳng hạn như nghề là luật sư, mình không dám chỉ trích cái nghề nào hết, nhưng mình chỉ nói là cái đại khái, cái quan điểm là cái người mà càng giỏi chừng nào càng tự lừa gạt hay chừng nào. Có nghĩa là mình phải tự thuyết phục mình mới có thể thuyết phục người khác được. Okay. So there are lots of professions who are like that. They need to be able, like on the flip of a switch, to be able to persuade themselves so that they can sell it to others. Có những cái nghề như vậy, mình phải tức tốc mình có thể từ lừa gạt mình để mình có thể thuyết phục người khác được. Which brings the point, why? What happens there? Tại sao nó xảy ra như vậy? Because of greed. Tại vì lý do là tại sao? Tại cái lòng tham. Okay? When your greedy mind takes over, there's a tendency to deceive yourself. Khi một cái lòng tham nó nổi lên đó, chúng ta có khuynh hướng là từ lừa gạt. Agree, disagree. Đồng ý hay không đồng ý?
It's scary. That's scary.
Any questions or comments? Ai có ý kiến thắc mắc gì không? Yes.
I was wondering, since beside the professions, I think we all are guilty of doing it every day when we go shopping or
No. That's not true.
or anything that
We're not that bad, are we?
So I was wondering, how would you recommend we go about undoing that mistake?
That what mistake?
Mistake of deceiving myself.
Deceiving yourself?
Yes.
You really think you're deceiving yourself every day?
Not constantly, but I know it's possible. I know it's often in general. Like a few weeks ago, I was like, I need to work on my garden. I need to get drip irrigation. I'm like, I should get this. And then it becomes one thing after another. And I'm like, okay, I can get this. And I'm like, sometimes I regret over pondering within, because it takes me a while. I don't buy it right there and then sometimes. So I ponder, and then it comes to purchasing the thing. And not saying that it didn't benefit the garden, I'm saying like that. How can I prevent the wanting of it? But receiving that it's a matter of life and death, or a matter that it's the life and death of my garden if I need it. So, because I felt like over time thinking and getting ideas from TVs and hearing different things to fix the garden, that I'm like, that's a great idea. I don't know.
There's a pattern there. What you're describing has a pattern. It starts with desire.
Yes.
Okay? Greed and desire. Có một cái quá trình chúng ta qua khi mình tự lừa gạt. Thứ nhất là có cái lòng tham, có cái dục vọng. Okay? You start with desire. Okay? And regardless of it's good or bad, doesn't matter. Okay, let's withhold judgment. Mình không cần nói về cái chuyện tốt hay xấu về cái dục vọng đâu. Okay, let's just move on to the next step by saying that once you have desire, okay, there's a tendency to make excuses. Agree or not? The mind comes up with excuses. Mình phải nói cho cái vị thấy là khi cái dục vọng nó nhảy lên rồi thì thường cái vị sẽ nhận thấy rằng là cái tâm chúng ta nó bắt đầu nó viền cớ. So far so good, Roberta? We make excuses. It's so and so because. Okay, the mind is racing and making excuses. Cái tâm mình bắt đầu nó vì cớ này, nó vì cớ đó. What do you call this kind of thing? Is you see that the people who are making a lot of excuses are also manipulative. Cái người mà biện cớ nhiều cũng là người chuyên môn tích cực dây. See, I warn you, this is a very difficult topic to talk about because we don't manipulate others, do we? Thầy đã báo trước, đã cảnh cáo trước cái vị là ngày hôm nay cái bài nói này hơi khó nói một tí, hơi có bài một tí, tại vì khi mà nói chuyện giật dây thì mình đâu có bao giờ giật dây ai đâu phải không? You would never intend do it on purpose, would we? Manipulate people on purpose, would we? Raise your hands. You would never manipulate people on purpose, would you? Raise your hand. Don't be shy now. You're so dishonest. Put it out. Have you ever, let me rephrase the question. Have you ever manipulated anyone on purpose? Have you? Yes, you have, right? You have, right? All of you have. Don't raise your hand. I know all of you have. Who have you manipulated? If you have children, have you manipulated your children? Yes. Right? Have you manipulated your spouses? Yes. I told you it's very difficult to talk about. So that's why we're not naming names from now on, okay? Quý vị biết không, mình bao giờ lợi dụng giật dây người khác, chẳng hạn như con cái mình, vợ chồng mình. Đâu bao giờ không? Không bao giờ là có chuyện đó không? You know, we honest people, we nice people would never manipulate our children, would never manipulate our girlfriend, would never manipulate our spouse. Right? What happens when we manipulate them? Khi mình giật dây như vậy? Because we know better. Là mình biết mà. When we manipulate, we know the facts. And we withhold the facts or distort the facts a little bit so that they behave the way we want them to behave. Correct? That's called manipulation. Cái giật dây ta nghĩ là sao? Mình biết cái sự kiện, mình muốn trình bày cái sự thật, cái sự kiện tới một cái cách nào đó để khiến họ cái hành động họ làm một cái chuyện mà mình muốn theo ý của mình, nó gọi là giật dây, đúng không? That's what manipulating is about, right? I think. I don't know about this. Tại chỉ đoán thôi, chắc là người ta làm như vậy. So there's a will involved here. There's an intentional. There's the intention. Có một cái ý, là cố ý. Méo mó sự thật. There's the intentional effort in distorting the truth, right? Either by withholding the facts, okay? Mình méo sự thật bằng cách nào? Bằng cách mình giấu cái sự kiện mà không cho ta biết. Or tell them about half truths, hoặc là nói ta nửa sự thật thôi. Some people are giggling because, okay? That's how we manipulate others. What happens when we do that? Khi mình làm như vậy là sao? It works the first few times. Giật dây được vài lần đầu tiên. Then they get on to it. Rồi người ta bắt đầu khám phá ra mình bị giật dây, họ bị giật dây. Guess what happens? You destroy your credibility. Lúc đó không ai tin nữa. That you create mistrust. Khiến ta không tin nữa. Okay? Okay? You destroy your own credibility. Mình tự phá hoại cái ý kiến của mình. She has an objection, yes. What if she's right, right? When you manipulate for the right reasons. That's what she said.
She's saying that everyone has different objects.
因为我们不知道嘛，我们这样想呢，这样做呢是错的，我们还认为说是对的，所以就是要为了那出发点呢是为了他好，是这样子，所以我们才这么做。因为每个人的想法不同嘛。
But she is a very, very good point. She says that each one has a different objective. We all believe and we are right, and therefore we do things that we based on our belief. I'm not talking about right and wrong. I'm talking about the intentional manipulation of the fact, distortion of the facts. The karma, that kind of karma you create is very damaging. I'm not talking about right and wrong here. Am I? No, I'm not. Mình không bàn về cái đúng và cái sai, mình chỉ bàn về cái cố ý mà méo mó cái sự thật, mình tạo cái nghiệp bằng cách méo mó cái sự thật, mình khiến người ta, mình lừa gạt người ta, mình lừa gạt mình. Yes.
I think you mentioned about karma, but I was not here. I was a little late. But if someone has this deceptive mind, but refrain from acting deceptive, does it create karma too?
From refraining from
deceptive action in action,
yes,
but still having deceptive mind,
yes,
but not in action.
Right.
Does it still create karma?
It still creates, it creates positive karma by not acting on it.
I don't understand what you mean by positive karma.
Meaning that the fact that you're able to restrain yourself is a very positive karma.
It's very positive.
Yes,
But still, deceptive mind still recurring. But keep having deceptive mind, but
you stop yourself. Okay?
Stop acting.
Right.
Deceptive.
Then eventually you stop thinking about it. It's a very good point. You have to have deceptive mind and then decide to act on it.
Right.
It has two steps. First, you want to deceive, and number two, you act on it. If you keep on refraining yourself from acting on that will and the desire to deceive, eventually the desire to deceive will cease to exist.
Well, some people...
Because it's no fun to want to deceive anymore. It's not useful anymore. The mind that wants to deceive needs to be rewarded to keep on doing it. Does it make sense?
Somehow.
Okay? So if you stop yourself, that's how you get rid of the being manipulative. The mind immediately says, I want this. It makes sense to me. Okay? And then it's to her benefit that I manipulate her. So the mind says, I want to manipulate her for whatever the reasons. Okay? I'm not questioning your motives. I'm questioning your wisdom in allowing yourself to convince yourself it's okay to manipulate others. I question that wisdom. I don't question your clarity, your motive. In your decision is right or wrong. Okay? It's none of my business. All I'm pointing out to you, when you manipulate people, when you decide to deceive yourself, okay, that is stupidity. No matter what the motive is.
So, if I understood correctly, are you saying that even if someone having deceptive mind,
Yes.
but refraining from action,
Yes.
may still create karma?
only create mind karma, eventually you will stop. It will stop. Okay. Here's what very most damaging is that you want to deceive. You want to manipulate people. And then you act on it. That's very damaging. Okay. The want to deceive people is natural because we are greedy. We have desires. That's natural. It's natural reaction. Let's get it. Because of our desire, we want to get it. Okay? But then the next step is you have to act on it. To do something, you have to open your mouth and say, yeah, no. You have to create mouth karma. You have to create body karma to fulfill your desire. That is shows lack of wisdom. That is creating serious karma. That's creating offenses. Cái tâm vì cái tâm tham, cái lòng dục vọng người ta thì người ta muốn có cái tham muốn. Cái tham muốn chuyện rất tự nhiên, rất thông thường. Nên từ cái tham muốn, vì muốn tham muốn như vậy thì mình tự cho phép mình từ lừa dối mình hoặc từ gạt người khác, thì bằng cách là nói dối với người ta hoặc là thuyết phục người ta với cái sự kiện sai lầm. Okay? Thì như vậy là mình nên tạo khẩu nghiệp, mình nên tạo thân nghiệp. Thì như vậy nó đã tạo cái tội ra. Còn cái tâm khi mình cứ nên cái gì có thể cái tâm muốn lừa gạt ai để có thể ngừng lại, không có làm gì hết nữa, nói cái này nó đi làm. Thì như vậy thực ra cái gì nó tạo cái nghiệp tốt và lại từ cái tâm nó sẽ ngừng lại. Nó không muốn gạt người ta. Remember this. This is a very important thing to remember. If you find yourself wanting to manipulate others, it's a natural reaction. Okay? I tell you why you want to manipulate others. Okay? Tôi nói cái gì nghe, thầy nói cái gì nghe, tại sao cái gì muốn giật dây người khác? Because fundamentally two reasons. Có hai cái lý do tại sao cái gì muốn lừa gạt người ta, giật dây người ta. Number one, you greedy. Bởi vì tham. Actually, three reasons. Actually, more reasons. I made three reasons. Có nhiều cái lý do thì thầy nói ba cái lý do cái gì nhé. Thứ nhất là cái dục vọng. Okay? Number one, you're greedy. Okay? You're blinded by greed. Cái mắt mình nó bị mờ u quá rồi. Cái dục vọng nó khiến mình sẵn sàng đi lừa gạt người ta. Okay? You're blinded by your greedy desire, and therefore you prepare to manipulate and to fool others to get what you want. Number two, lý do thứ gì? More common you think. Lý do thứ gì mà nó rất thông thường hơn quý vị tưởng tượng. You are angry when giận. You're angry at one person. You harbors anger. Cái tâm mình nuôi cái lửa giận này. So anything, every time you have a chance, the anger manifests in like distorting the fact, discrediting the other person. Cái lửa giận mình nó bộc ra, có cơ hội một cái là nó dùng cơ hội để mà nó hại người ta, nó xấu người ta, méo mó sự thật để làm người ta bị thiệt thòi. Anger is very dangerous because it makes you feel entitled to distort the truth in order to discredit and to destroy others' reputation and to harm others. Scary, huh? But of course you're not like this. We describe you as someone else, not you. Okay? I want to make it clear. You're not like this. Yes? Yes? You're not manipulative, right? You don't manipulate others out of anger, do you? Bởi vì đâu có giật dây ai đâu. Nhất là khi mình giận, sức mấy mình giật dây ai làm cái gì. Đúng không? When you realize you're angry at someone, you don't like someone, you would never manipulate them. Right? Mình biết mình giận người ta sức mấy mình giật dây làm cái gì, đúng không? Never. Right? Never. You're wise. You have wisdom. You never do that. Khi mình có trí huệ sao làm cái hành động như vậy được? I can't hear you. Hả? Không ai nói gì So again, I remind you, you deceive yourself, you manipulate others, you manipulate yourself because number one, you're greedy, number two, you're angry. Okay? Okay, and number three, this happens a lot more than we realize. Cái lý do thứ ba, quý vị không ít người để ý tới. You have profound disrespect for the other person. You manipulate. Cái lý do thứ ba, quý vị biết, ít người biết thôi, là quý vị khinh thường cái người quý vị không biết gì đấy. You lack respect for that person. Thiếu sự kính trọng. That's why you allow yourself to manipulate. Okay? You like that. Don't expect to be liked. Nếu cái gì như vậy, đừng nghĩ, đừng bao giờ mong mình được học là mình sẽ được người ta thích mình. Because you disrespect them. Mình kính thường người ta hay người ta thích mình. You continue to fool yourself. Mình tự gạt mình. Alright, that's the end of my Dharma talk. I don't want to. I'm running out of things to talk about. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I'm confused about the definition of karma.
The karma is an action.
Action.
You do something.
Action.
Yeah, that carries a consequence.
So you said the mind is not an action.
An action of the mind.
Action of mind is not action visible.
The mind has a lot of actions.
It's not visible.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's why that's how you can manipulate.
So you said the mind also may create karma.
Creates karma.
Even one refrains from action, acting on it, but still,
You
if
still
one
create
has
karma. You still have this desire to deceive.
so it
Even though you don't act like it, you still have the desire to deceive. And you know, the funny thing is that don't think that people don't know. People know. When you have a deceiving mind, some people know. They don't do anything, they don't say anything. But they know.
But you, if I understood correctly, if one still has deceptive mind,
Yes.
but still refrain from acting on it, he may
You have a
still
chance.
create,
You have a chance.
but he still creates karma.
Yes.
Yes.
But you have the chance to extricate yourself from that stupidity. But if you have this deceptive mind and you continue to allow yourself to justify and make excuses to act on them, you have no chance. Why do I say no chance? Let me conclude today's talk because I don't want to go too far. Tâm muốn lừa gạt người ta, tâm lừa dối người ta, muốn gạt người ta là chuyện thông thường. Okay. Mà biết ngừng lại trước khi có hành động để lừa gạt người ta thì như vậy vẫn còn cái cơ hội để mà thoát được. Còn nếu mà mình có cái tâm muốn gạt người ta mà cứ hành động với cái tâm đó, có cái hành động, cái cử chỉ, những cái lời nói để lừa gạt người ta thì mình sẽ bị lỗi, mình thoát không được. You have no chance. Why? I tell you the most damaging, the biggest mistake you make. Nói cái gì nghe, để nói cái gì nghe. Cái lỗi lầm lớn nhất quý vị có thể xảy ra is when you distort the truth, you manipulate others, and you intentionally mislead and lie and manipulate others. Thầy nói cái gì nghe, cái lỗi lầm rất lớn lao khi cái vị cố ý nói láo, nói dối, cố ý lừa gạt người ta, cố ý giật dây người ta, cái lỗi rất lớn. Why is that? Because if you're really, if you're not that good, it's not so bad. Because you're stupid, it doesn't matter. Nếu thực sự, nếu cái vị thực sự mình thiếu sự sáng suốt, hơi chậm chạp, thì cái đó nó chạm nhầm. I'm talking about the people who are very smart. Okay? Nói những người rất là lẹ, rất là giỏi. Okay? They are adept at fooling themselves. Okay? Cái người mà thông minh, cái người mà giỏi, thì cái việc đầu tiên xảy ra là họ tự gạt họ trước. Họ phải bắt đầu mà lừa dối mình được. This is a requirement for smart people. For them to fool us, they need to fool themselves first. That's the first step. Cái người mà có trí huệ, người thông minh là cái người đó. Trước khi họ lừa gạt mình, họ phải tự lừa gạt họ trước. It's a very subtle step. That step right there, as soon as you have this that deceiving mind, actually what happens, you deceive yourself right away, immediately. Khi cái tâm quý vị có cái tâm muốn lừa dối người ta, đầu tiên hết là quý vị tự lừa dối trước, tự thuyết phục mình trước. Before you convince others, before you mislead others, you have to mislead yourself. Okay? Quý vị nghe này, trước khi mà quý vị có thể lừa gạt người ta, lừa dối người khác, thì cái tâm quý vị động nó tự lừa gạt mình trước. You may not agree with me right now, but I want you to meditate on this. Quý vị chưa chắc đồng ý với thầy. Để quý vị cứ suy nghĩ lại cái kỹ chứ khoan. I want you to see this. Eventually you see it when you meditate. Quý vị sẽ thấy cái này khi quý vị thiền. You look back on how your mind functions. You have to fool yourself first before you fool others. Quý vị biết không? Khi quý vị thiền, tâm tinh vi rồi, quý vị sẽ thấy được tâm lúc muốn lừa gạt người ta, mình phải tự đã lừa gạt mình trước. Đó là chuyện đầu tiên. First thing has to happen, you have to fool yourself. Okay? This is a critical step. It's so fast. As soon as you want to manipulate others, you fool yourself first. I repeat, phải nhắc lại. Khi quý vị muốn giật dây người ta, quý vị phải tự gạt mình trước. So far, so good?
So, if I correct you, definition of karma is an action both visible and invisible. Am I right?
The mind karma, you study, the body karma is visible, right? But the mind karma is not visible. However, that mind that says, I want to deceive him, okay, is creating a mind karma. You will incur the response saying, he's going to say, I want to deceive him. You invoke that kind of retribution. Okay? You get what you deserve. So you still are creating karma. But luckily for you, the guy only thinks about deceiving you, but he's not acting on it yet, because you haven't acted on it yet. See how icky he becomes. Everyone's walking around, I want to deceive him, I want to deceive him, but I want to act on it. Such an unpleasant world. Think about it. Okay? What's so great about it? Cut it out. Right? Why think about it? Because it's unpleasant. Okay? That's why what I mean by creating karma is not a desirable thing to do. Even to think about it. I tell you a funny thing, Peter. When you think about deceiving someone, actually your face distorts. You don't even notice. I look at people who are deceived, his face is distorted. You're ugly. You don't realize it, that mind karma actually translates physically. Your face becomes distorted. You're about to distort. You're about to distort the facts. This is very subtle. This is a lot. This happens before you realize, without you realizing it. You become ugly. Deceitful people, not only the face becomes distorted, but they exude a certain yin energy is very unpleasant to be around. ask me. Okay. Nói cái gì nghe. Khi mà cái tâm mà muốn gạt người ta, cái mặt mà tự nhiên nó méo xẹt, tại mình đang méo mó sự thật, tại cái mặt mà nó méo là cái vị không biết đó. Cái người có thiên nhãn ta mở, ta thấy cái mặt nó bị méo, cái mặt nó bị méo. If you open the heavenly eye, the people who are deceitful in mind, you can see them as distorted. Okay? And then, rồi cái chuyện thứ nhì nữa là người ta có một cái lực, cái âm khí mà khó chịu, mình tới gần khó chịu, mình thích tới gần người. People do not draw near deceitful people. I mean, I'm talking about normal people. Okay? Normal people do not want to draw near deceitful people because they're plotting against you. Cái người thông thường, người bình thường không muốn tới gần những người mưu toan, tại vì người ta đang mưu toan hại họ. Không ai muốn tới gần. Especially, you notice, children do not want to draw near deceitful people. Những cái người, những con nít đó, không thích tới mấy cái người mà chuyên mưu toan, ngu nhịp dây người khác. Children don't like it. Normal children. Yes.
I was wondering, is that why certain people, despite their personality, can have a positive or have a strong positive or not so strong energy when you are near a person, or about, like say you're in a gathering, and is that why certain people are attracted to certain people, not by look or personality, but by the energy level?
Yes, yes. Absolutely. And that's why when I look at children, I look at who they're attracted to. Children are drawn, normal children are drawn to positive people. And they stay away from negative people. For example, we have a boy in the temple. I watch which people he goes and draws near. You know, the funny thing is that I watch him. You don't pay, I test my theories constantly, okay? I need empirical evidence. Okay? So I watch him. I see what kind of people he draws near. When people are in a good mood, positive mood, he draws near. When people are negative, he stays away from me. For example, I have a couple of residents here. Okay? Every time he sees them, he goes like this. He stays away from me. It's amazing. Cái con nít nó nhảy, nó nhất mấy đứa nhỏ nó còn nhỏ tuổi, nó thích tới mấy cái mà có cái dương khí thích tới, còn cái âm khí nó thích tới. Anh thấy quan sát trong chùa, những cái người có chùa có đứa con nít, thành ra đứa con nít, và cái người nào mà có cái dương lực dương khí thì nó thích tới gần, còn người nào âm khí nhiều quá nó nghe. Trong chùa có hai cái người ở trong chùa này âm khí nó nhiều, thành thật con nít thầy tỷ cũng một lần nó tới gần một cái, họ đi cùng hướng, thành nó đổi hướng nó đi chỗ này, nó không tới đây, nó nghe. It's obvious. It's physical. You see him change direction, and just change direction just like that. As soon as you see him, okay, it's unpleasant. Cái đứa con nít nó khôn, nó thích tới gần. Okay, I'm trying to close it. Thầy don't muốn kết thúc với phần nói cái câu chuyện ngày hôm nay. And of course, you can always bring it up next week if you feel that there are a lot of things that still needs to be resolved. But I would tell you one of the most damaging things that happens when you liberate and receive others. Thầy muốn kết thúc bằng cách nói những cái chuyện này, nói một cái tư tưởng này, đề nghị cái chuyện này. Một cái chuyện tai hại nhất khi cái vị giật dây người khác, cái vị lừa gạt người khác. Because if you manipulate others on purpose, những cái vị cố ý giật dây người khác, if you intend intentionally deceive others, quý vị cố ý lừa gạt người ta. By for example, withholding information, chẳng hạn như không nói tiết lộ chi tiết, or you only reveal partial fact, hoặc là tiết lộ phần, tiết lộ. All those are deceiving mind. Những tâm nó tâm lừa gạt người ta. Okay. At a very subtle level, you're deceiving yourself. Thầy nhắc lại, ngay lập tức là quý vị nhận từ là cái từ lừa gạt. Okay? And if you keep on doing this, những cái tiếp tục làm như vậy, you are constantly deceiving yourself. Quý vị cứ lừa gạt mình hồi. Okay? You're distorting the truth to yourself. Quý vị méo mó sự thật cho mình. That's how damaging it is. What happens? You can no longer see the truth. Cuối cùng quý vị không thể thấy sự thật. Because you keep on distorting it to yourself. Yes?
Is there some case where you can just lie to somebody and you're quite clear that you're lying to them? Why is it necessary that you're distorting it to yourself too when you lie to someone? Or it's just the tendency is that you start to convince yourself the lie is true? Or
when you lie to someone, you intentionally lie to someone, in order for you to effectively lie to someone, you have to lie to yourself first. There's a step there, you guys don't realize this. There's a step that in order for you to be more persuasive, you have to believe in yourself first. That's where the damage comes in. You yourself, for one instant, believe it's true. And you keep on doing it, you create habit energy of fooling yourself constantly. That's what's damaging. It's very subtle that most of you don't realize. You must have a certain very high meditation skill before you can see that. Tại vì khi mà quý vị mà muốn dối người ta thì có một cái chốc lát đó quý vị tự gạt mình trước mới thuyết phục người ta được. Mà cứ làm như vậy hoài thì tạo một cái tật khí là tự gạt mình. Cái tâm vi tế là rất khó thấy, trừ khi quý vị có cái trình độ công phu cao, trình độ thiền cao thấy được. Okay? And that's what's real damaging. Cái đó là cái nó cực kỳ nguy hiểm. Tại sao? Because if you keep on fooling yourself, khi quý vị cứ tiếp tục lừa gạt như vậy, you do it day in day out, mình cứ mỗi ngày làm như vậy, pretty soon your world becomes distorted. Không bao lâu thì cái thế giới của mình nó bị méo mó. No one can get to it anymore because you do not allow anyone to get to it. Mà khi cái vị mà từ méo mó sự thật như vậy, không có ai tới được cái gì, tại vì cái vị không cho phép ai tới được. You delude yourself. Mình tự gạt. Big mistake. Cái lỗi lầm rất lớn. Why? Because even the good young advisors cannot get to you. Ngay cái vị trí trí thức không có thể tới được cái gì, không đi qua được cái mạng. Because you do not allow the good young advisors advice to be registered. Ngay cái lời dạy của vị trí trí thức mình cũng méo mó nó luôn. You're hopeless. Good. That's why I'm so damaged. Bởi vì nó nguy hiểm. Yes.
I was wondering, that kind of raises a question like, well, first of all, for self-deception, can you be morally, is it morally responsible for deceiving yourself because you're the one who's deceived? And then even if you're lying to other people, if you're among the people who are deceived, if you're not even clear on it, can you be morally responsible for lying if you yourself didn't see it clearly to begin with, you don't realize you're doing it?
So
I was wondering whether you're...
It doesn't matter whether it's more you're responsible or not. The consequences of that is that you yourself to see the truth. You no longer allow yourself to hear the truth. It doesn't matter who's responsible. The bottom line is you will end up being hurt. Your world is distorted. Your world is make-believe, is phony. It's untruthful. There's no way to get to you. And you know what? To me, it's a bigger mistake because no one can help you. That's how damaging it is. Yes.
I was wondering if doesn't the responsibility have something to do with it? Like if you take the case of harming someone, if you're responsible for harming somebody, it's different from if you accidentally harm somebody. Like the karmic consequences are going to be worse
We're talking about the will, the intention to mislead and to deceive. It's very, very damaging. My message, my advice to you is that if your mind is bent on deceiving or manipulating others, cut it out. Stop. Don't act on it. Then you may still have a chance. You act on it consistently, wash my hands off. I can't help you. No one can help you. That's how damaging it is. You keep on making mistakes. It keeps on snowballing, it gets bigger and bigger. Nên thầy khuyên quý vị, nếu cái tâm quý vị muốn lạc, chuyên muốn đi lừa gạt người ta, thích lừa gạt người ta, thích giật dây người ta, thì thầy khuyên quý vị ngừng lại, đừng học. As soon as you realize you are deceiving people, maybe out of anger, maybe out of greed, maybe due to lack of respect. Khi quý vị ý thức được rằng tâm chúng ta muốn giật dây người khác, có thể vì giận, có thể vì tham, có thể vì thiếu cái sự kính trọng người khác. Stop. Ngừng lại. Don't act. Okay. As Peter just said, just because you think and not act on it, don't think that others don't know. Because some of us can tell. You can look at your distorted face. There he goes again. Don't think that you hide your thoughts and no one knows. You're so limited, you don't even know half of the truth. Question or comment? I got it in how you go. I warn you, it's a very tough topic. So yes.
Yeah. Very simple question, but why is it so important not to have karma?
Why so important?
Yes. Not to have karma.
If you keep on distorting the truth, then you're confused forever.
It continues forever, but what's the consequence?
The consequences? You hurt yourself.
It hurts myself, yes, of course. It's true, but
There's nothing wrong with hurting yourself.
No, I'm talking about in Buddhism it talks a lot about the karmic effect, right?
Yeah.
So what is so significant about the karmic effect? Karmic effect concerning what? Regarding what?
You're harming yourself ultimately.
That's right, yes.
You're harming yourself. That's all you're doing. Why are you harming yourself? Why don't you do something to benefit yourself instead of harming yourself? Create good karma, don't create bad karma.
It creates bad karma, that's very
Then you're hurting yourself, ultimately.
That's all.
That's all there is to it. People do stupid things because they don't realize they're hurting themselves. I explained this, I gave this Dharma talk today, knowing full well it's going to offend a lot of people. And a lot of people don't want to look me in the face when I talk about this. Okay? I know who those people are. Okay? But I still want to talk about it because I want to create positive karmas. If you keep on creating negative karmas, you only make yourself suffer more. You suffer more.
It makes one suffer
More.
the next life or
Right now.
right now, yes.
Yes, right now.
What about the next life?
Next life too. And next life too. And the next as well. You think it stops in one life? No, it doesn't. It goes on for 10 lifetimes, 20 lifetimes, 30 lifetimes. Case in point. You think that you walk by and you see a $100 bill, and your first reaction, look around, say, no one's around? You think that it comes in this lifetime? It's from prior lifetimes.
But one piece of action, they're taking the money on the street.
Yes.
That causes you to
It's
suffer.
the habit energy. The Buddhists have a concept called habit energy, where it perpetuates itself lifetime after lifetime because of the habit energy. It's a natural response. Like stealing a look at a girl. It's a form of stealing. Okay? You go like this, no one knows, right? That's habit energy. Just like grabbing the money that no one sees, that no one is around. It's a habit energy of stealing. Why is it you want to grab? There's no reason for you to grab it, right? It has to be a habit energy. It says, I should grab it, and you have to resist it. It goes from lifetime to lifetime. You carry it with you. And that's why we need to cultivate. The cultivation says, stop! It's natural to want to grab it, but we're not going to grab it this lifetime. That's how you break the vicious cycle. Is it clear?
Okay, so you mentioned about the...
If you keep on acting on it, you are perpetuating the cycles. You stop, you say, okay, I know I want to manipulate. That's my natural response. But I stop, I'm not going to do it today. Okay? Then, you break into the cycle.
So you're not talking about the one specific action, but talking about your mind, right?
Yes. It starts with the mind. Keep on hurting yourself. The habit energy of hurting yourself, you don't even realize it, how damaging it is. The worst part is that, especially when you keep on deceiving yourself, is that no one is able to tell you the truth anymore because you keep on deceiving, distorting whatever people tell you. Extremely damaging. You're beyond help. That's why I said, I'm not going to waste time on it. Be yourself. You understand? Can't help. You cannot be helped. You can say, oh, I'm a nice person, I want to help her. I say, she can't be helped. Because it distorts the truth. I don't want to waste my time.
So, if I understood correctly, if it causes some karma by action,
Yeah.
but later you repent,
Yes.
does it somehow eliminate the karmic effect by repenting?
Yes, you
Yes.
can. But it depends on how you repent. If you come to me for repentance, I beat you up. I make you pay. Then you will not dare do it again.
So the level of repenting is supposed to be as much as...
Or I put you in jail. You have to pay the price. Just because you know that in Buddhism there's a way to repent. Peter, you cannot just come to me and repent all the time. Say, hey, first time, yes, second time I beat you up. Okay. The law of cause and effect, you will not stop yourself until you are afraid of the consequences. Right now, you deceive yourself because you think that no one knows. There's no harm in it. I'm trying to tell you, the biggest harm is that you keep on falling and you keep on hurting yourself and you don't even know it. And no one can tell you. That's how serious it is. You give me a stupid person, I say, you stupid. Let me tell you what to do. If stupid person says, okay, master, I believe you. Okay? I will do as you told, as I'm told. But when you tell a person who deceives himself, he says, this is not true. I'm not like that. I'm not like that. You're wrong. He's wrong. That's how dangerous it is. You allow yourself to continue to hurt yourself. So what's the point of repenting? Your repentance is insincere. Okay? You come to me, I beat you up first. You're not sincere. Forget it. That's how I tell you you're insincere. You come to me and you repent when you're insincere, I beat you up. Okay? If you are sincere, you come to me again. You're insincere, you never dare come back to me again. I rest my case. Got it? We're not always nice, by the way. We sometimes we're brutal. For good reason. To show your insincerity. If you're sincere, we'll help you. You're not sincere, we'll beat you. You're really not sincere in your repentance, and you want him to change. Why bother? I tell you, you're not sincere. Get out of here. Of course, no, I'm not, you really understand me, I'm not like that. Yeah, of course, yes. Okay? It's very important to refrain from acting. I thank you for your point. You have to stop.
We all have to repay for our sinful acts.
It stops a retribution from me. Because when you create karma against me, I will retaliate. Okay? You deceive me, I will deceive you. You manipulate me, I will manipulate you. And then you get upset and say, how dare you manipulate me? He said, I'm such a nice person. I never saw this guy before. How come he comes over and manipulates me and deceives me? I've never seen this guy before. Yes, you saw me before in a prior life. I'm only here to reclaim what you owe me. And so you tell yourself, Peter said, see, Mom, honest to God, I never saw this guy before. He is coming over to hurt me, to harm me, to deceive me. Okay? There's no reason for this. So you retaliate. And that's where your stupidity comes in, because you feel so justified because there's no rhyme or reason for it. Yes, there's a reason for it. It's a vicious cycle that repeats itself. It never ends. You have to break it. You have to stop. It's the only way. So what's the point in helping you repent? You come to me and say, Master, I want to repent of my manipulating someone. Okay, I helped you once. Because I'm a nice guy. And then the following week, look at me and say, should I come to you and repent again? I think it's the same thing I repented last week. Okay? Maybe I'll wait till next month and do it all at once. You keep on hurting yourself. That's all. Isn't that depressing? You're so smart about it. I'm so smart, no one knows. Yeah. I'm getting depressed too, so. It's so sad to me because I see such people and there's no way to tell them. There's no way to tell them. Okay. You see the problem? You tell them, they get upset at you and say, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. You misunderstand me. I thought you were a wise master, but in fact you're such a stupid monk because you misread me. You don't understand me at all. You don't understand! They tell you. I tell everyone, you see? I'm not like that. He keeps on telling me I'm like that. So that's why the Buddha advisor says, I'm not going to touch this with a 10-foot pole. I let you suffer by yourself. You don't need my help. And you keep on hurting yourself over and over again, lifetime after lifetime. And what you don't understand, what you don't know is this. And let me close it out. I'm trying to close this for the last half hour. Okay. Once a true good no advisor washes his hands off you, you have no chance. You all of them wash your hands off. Okay? So you will continue to spiral downwards until you hit bottom, until you go to the hells and suffer. Truly suffer. You ain't seen what you don't know what suffering is yet, right now, until you go to the hells. All right. Sorry, but I thought it would be a pleasant weekend, but it isn't.
What else is new?
All right. Anyone, anything, any final comments? Ai có muốn nói gì có lời cuối cùng không? Yes.
I had a question which I thought of, I remember a week or two ago. You're talking about how every thought comes from an attachment. Is it worthwhile to sort of look at your thoughts and try to question, okay, now what's the attachment, where this thought is coming from? Kind of do a little more analytic approach where you try to look at the nature of your own mind by thinking about it, I guess. Or even say trying to find an attachment, trying to convince yourself or talk to yourself about why it's not worth holding on to that thing. Could those kind of approaches be helpful, or is that not helpful?
It's something you know what to do eventually. First thing is you need to be able to identify the real cause. For example, if people come to me and say, Master, help me, I say, I can't help you. Because I see why I can't help you. You don't even see, there's nothing I can do. If you cannot link the cause, you cannot get back to the root cause of it, you cannot fix the problem, can you? The problem is what is to locate the exact cause of the problem. You don't see the cause, you cannot fix it. If you see the cause, you yourself know how to fix it eventually. So yeah, there are two cases. Either you see the cause yourself, then eventually you figure out a way to fix it. Or someone points out the cause to you. Like a good no advisor points out the cause to you. Okay? Then you keep repeating that. Eventually eventually you have the chance to appreciate the cause. But if the good no advisor, every time he points it out to you and you distort it, then the good no advisor has no chance to help you. He'd be wasting his time trying to help you. That's why it's very, very damaging. That's why Master YongHua says in his 6 principles, I will not lie. And all those of you who cultivate, who seriously cultivate, please keep that in mind. Refrain from lying. Cuối cùng, thầy xin kết thúc bằng các ngài Thiên Hóa, một trong những luật đại tôn chỉ của ngài Thiên Hóa là tôi sẽ không nói dối. Thì cũng khuyên những cái vị người nào cái tâm muốn tu hành đó, okay. Nhớ cái câu đó, tôi sẽ không nói dối. You will not lie. If you really are serious about cultivation, okay, you will refrain yourself from lying. Distorting the truth to yourself. Mình nói láo, mình nói dối, mình tự lừa gạt, mình méo mó sự thật. You have no chance to cultivate. Không thể nào tu. I bring this up because today, in the afternoon, when I talk about the Vajra Sutra, it's related to the topic in the Vajra Sutra. Đáng lý thầy không muốn làm về cái chuyện này, nó hơi khó bàn để nó có liên quan với cái vấn đề chiều này trong kinh Kim Cang. It's about becoming enlightened, về cái khía cạnh mà giác ngộ. What it takes to be enlightened, cần làm gì để mà giác ngộ. Okay. All right, we stop here today. Ngừng lại đây.